Wow, I was not expecting the ending of that series to go like that, or that episode. Oh my gosh. We're going to talk about it coming up.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Bianchi.
Click. Yes.
Okay, ain't nobody messing with my click.
We
do, yeah. We gotta let it
Ain't
play.
nobody fresher than my mom.
That's exactly, that's them.
There's nobody fresher than them, but not at all. And they tell you that straight up. He sure is.
Ain't nobody messing with my clip.
Sure is.
Oh my God. I could not. I'm so excited about these episodes. I didn't know what to call it earlier.
I'm still on a high of emotions.
It was 2 episodes, 2 hours.
Right.
We're
still recovering.
I'm still I want to cry. I want to scream. I want to jump. I'm still on a roller coaster of emotions right now.
So much going on in this episode. These 2 episodes. I keep saying that kind of backwards. But anyway, these 2 episodes, a lot going on. Hey guys, I'm Lynneisha. You guys can catch me on Instagram and on Twitter at Lynneisha_33.
Hi guys, welcome back. I am Taquaila Jackson. You can follow me all social media aspects at Taquaila_I am.
Hi guys, I'm Amy Cassandra, and you can find me at Amy Cassandra_TV on Instagram and Twitter.
That's all you.
I want to start
you can
from
do.
the end and go back,
And
but
go
I know
back
we
up?
can't. No, I think it's best to just lead up until everything that was going on.
We'll
Yeah,
check
we
through
can.
it.
Yeah. So it starts off with Wise in therapy.
Which I thought was really cool.
I thought it was cool.
I was like, wow, he's finally taking someone's advice. He's
Yeah.
trying to get
For
them
him.
demons worked out
I
of
still
him. I
thought
good.
there was a reason for him being
You
in therapy,
did
though. Yeah,
initially?
because it's Wise, and it just doesn't seem like something he would do on his own.
I was thinking more so because of Nate. Glad he's in
Yes.
recovery and
Yeah.
he's alive and doing well. But I was thinking, okay, that's the one that shook him up. He already lost one child. So I didn't think
Got super
it would want to
close
do that
to-
again, and it would
yeah.
hit too close to home. He still really hasn't dealt with the death of his daughter. So I thought maybe that was the light to let me go work some of this
Yeah,
out.
I can see that. Yeah, I was still, like I said, I was like, because of his character
Yeah.
and his personality, I'm just like, I think there's a reason he's here. I thought maybe with work or Eternal Affairs, maybe it would just look better.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at on
that's a good
paperwork,
angle.
like, okay, well, he's trying to, control his anger, whatever,
Right.
temper, things like that. So that's what I was thinking, like he was more so forced into it. But it goes on later. We'll get there to why
Okay,
he
I
was
won't
really
jump
there.
in.
Like
All right.
we'll go there in a second. So Bianchi.
Oh.
That was a turn very early I wasn't expecting.
And I was
Like in the episode.
I wasn't either.
Yeah.
But I was mad at how it happened. Because it went out so easy. I wanted there to be
That's true.
shots fired. I wanted
Yeah.
to be fights. I wanted
Like
crew
it
and
should've
then
went-
Bianchi's
Yeah, I
people
thought
in
it
the
was gonna go,
streets of
like,
the brawl. Like I wanted
Yeah.
exactly. And it was none of that. It was
It was
literally
kinda simple when you think
it
about
was.
it. Yeah.
And then Nava. Out of all people,
Yeah.
they damaged Nava.
I
He's
don't
hurt
like
after that.
I mean, it wasn't that easy for Bianchi. Sucks for you, dude. But I agree. Nava should not have been part of it. I don't think,
No.
and especially because everything was going so well between him and Harlee, that this just caused unnecessary stress between the two of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, what the heck?
But you can see that how much James loves her.
Yes.
Because, Bianchi is in there, like he said, he's taunting him about Caroline. And that kind of it struck
That
a
was
nerve
it.
a little bit because
Not cool.
he stopped in
Right.
his tracks a little. But then when he brought up Harlee, it was like he went into
went over
attack
the
mode.
deep end.
Into like protective mode. Like, no, you're not going to touch her. And
And
killed him for
he
her,
touched
basically.
him.
Yeah.
yeah.
He
And-
kind of, because he threatened Harlee. So Nava was like, well, you got to go. Like, you know what I mean? He
He
didn't
did say
mean to kill him, but that's
deuces.
basically was like, oh, no.
Right.
You're not going to hurt her.
The way they shot it too was beautiful.
Just
I
about
can
to say that.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Obviously, it's not a wonderful thing that he died, or maybe, but because you don't see the pool of blood behind
Right.
him, and I'm thinking he's fine, whatever. He's gonna come
Right.
back to it, but we were saying, oh no, what happened? And then of course, they show the blood,
Yeah.
and you're like,
And then
yeah.
the way they panned into his face, and Harlee's trying to talk to him. He can't talk.
He
She's
was
like,
still
"What's your
gasping
name?"
for
Like,
air at
yeah.
first at that time. Yeah, and I was
She
like,
realized he was paralyzed. I was like, oh,
it's over.
okay.
It's over
like
now.
you said, that was so quick. I was not expecting that
Game
to
shut
happen
down.
so early.
Sorry.
I love the intensity of it. I was so, I mean, yeah, it kind of, it wasn't the coolest thing to do it so early, but I feel like, you know, with these 2 episodes being back to back, it's the season finale. They have to start off with a bang, and they sure did.
They did. And that's why I was thinking that too. Like, well, he's gone the first 15 minutes, so
right, like,
well, what's
what
next?
Oh,
but we have more to talk about. But can I say that I love Harlee. I called her just in my head. It was Miss Fix It, because soon as she went in there, she heard them scuffling, and then seen him on the floor. She was like, okay, he stabbed you. You're going to get that off. She got his blood on him, off of Bianchi and on the Nava. She was just fixing everything. And Nava actually tells her she's pretty skilled at creating her own reality, which she really definitely is. She knows how to, like they kept saying throughout the episode, it's all in the details. It's all in the details. So I love that part of her. It displayed the kind of love and affection and attention that I've been waiting to come out of her. And then just for her to really say it this time, I love you, and she meant it, and it was the passion behind it. It was the seriousness behind it too. So,
and I felt like that was good for her to be able to kind of tell him that in her moment, in her realm. You know what I mean? Like how it, and then later on she goes to show and exposes herself to him, kind of, you know, confesses everything to him. But it's like in that she was in her element, she was in her moment, her true self, to really tell him that she loves him as well. I know it may sound crazy and seem crazy, like you're fixing up a murder scene and you're like, I love you. Like, that sounds crazy, but
this is what I do for the people that I love.
And that's what she does for the people that she loves.
Well, it was a total throwback to the pilot. You know, the first episode of the series, she does the exact same thing for Loman. And I was like, what? This is crazy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she did. I mean, she just goes into like protective mode.
Very
like,
true.
Right away. But you could see James, he was taken aback by it. Nava was like, you could see it in his eyes. Like he was concerned. Like he didn't really accept it right away. And I was so nervous. I'm like, well, is this going to be a deal breaker? Is he going to finally be like, okay, now I see who you really are, Harlee, and I don't like it.
So worried.
I think so, because the way just his facial expression, just the demeanor of his character, it just kind of like fell off. Like it's not there anymore. Like I don't see you in that eye no more. And now that the rose-colored glasses are off, it's like, this is who you are. You are a murderer. You are a fix-it. You cover these things up.
He even said that
brilliantly.
He was like, you are a stranger.
Yes.
Oh,
like
I wrote that down.
When you were cleaning everything. Like he didn't recognize her. Like,
not at all.
Who are you? Who is this person?
That made me think about just like the similarities between him and Loman's character. Their moral compass is pointed north. The rest of the teens is like, we don't
wherever.
Exactly, whatever fits the bill at that time. So it kind of just their similarity in wanting to be on the right side of the law, want to do everything by the book and do it correctly. I think hopefully he can get over that initial hurt and not be disappointed of himself by not following the rules. But I just really hope next season that him and Harlee are still good. Like it doesn't make them run away.
As far as like with their part of the story, just flash forward to the fact of, okay, James has to be questioned by everyone because now he does say, oh, well, he was attacked. And the whole thing with Harlee and when she told Waz about it too, it's like, he's not one of them, you know, and they're like, everyone's not built like us, and he might flip and just go and tell the truth because he feels compelled to. And like you said, he's an officer of the law, but then we see that he went ahead and went with Harlee's story. He attacked me. He still protected her. No, she wasn't there. She came up later and ran to my, to get help. So I'm glad, and that gives me hope that there's hope for their relationship too. And the fact that he went that route, you know what I mean? Even though they didn't really quite, close the door on that for us to let us know that they are going to be together, but they kind of left it open a little bit for us to speculate that they hopefully will be, because she goes to his house. She goes to his house and kind of confess everything, like, this is me, this is the real me, this is all of me, and kind of gave him like a take it or leave it situation. But they just don't show us.
And he didn't leave it though, because the last time, like episode 5 of this season, it was, he left. He was like, this is the end. We're over. We're done. But it very true. And so this time he was trying to even interrupt her, because I don't think he wanted to hear it at that time, because I think he still just loves her for her. He's actually appreciative, hopefully, that she stuck up for him, protected the both of them, and they kind of got what they wanted. Like Bianchi, he's not in jail, but he's no longer a factor. So I think they'll come around next season.
That'll be a beautiful start to season 3. Will be. Writers, please.
All right.
Hopefully.
And let's get him to grow that beard back just a little bit.
Yes,
just a little bit. We love the full beard.
We did.
We're like, that full beard makes
looks grown and sexy. Yes.
Okay, let's jump into Quince. trying to be the big man from inside of jail.
Yes, and then you see he still is, and I guess that's how if he's had territory and people to follow under him, and you could do that from anywhere basically. So we see him being locked up really wasn't a problem. He was still running things, but it was when Wise started running down his addresses to his stash houses that it was like, okay, this is real now. And then they started moving everything, and they got the money too. So I think he also knew the level of what the information that they can get, because you always feel like you have you one up someone when they don't really know your information or know where you're going. Hopefully it won't go back to Tufo's brother that was divulged the information of the stash houses, but once I seen his face kind of deflect, like, oh, okay, I can't be that arrogant, I can't be that cocky now because he know where my money at. It was a totally different story.
That is true. Yeah. And I like how Waz kind of fished that out of him, because before he was telling the team, like, okay, we got to get him, we got to get a bus, we've got to get control over him.
Right.
And for a little while, he had control over Waz and them. They were killing the people in a certain area, and and they told one of the guys, let Waz know that he has a war coming.
Yes.
So for him to be able to kind of trick him into telling him, like, okay, well, we got this one down, and he knows about these two, so they're going to move it to the third one. I don't think they knew where the third one was, so they were just going to follow them once he made the bus, and tried to move the money to the other places, and they're just going to follow him and make the bus, as they did. So it was like really smart of him to be able to kind of manipulate Quentin into telling him where everything, you know what I mean, or like not telling him but agreeing, like, okay, you're right,
right.
He was able to pull his card, and he didn't realize that Waz was actually kind of bluffing a little bit because he didn't know where the third spot was. You know what I mean? And you just kind of
led him to it.
Yep.
I love Waz.
Isn't he so smart?
He's so smart, clever, but he's crazy. But I still
that's
love
why
him.
I love him.
Yeah, that's why
he's crazy.
It's this, like I've always said, it's this crazy that he has where you just always want to be on his good side. You never want to be on the bad side. But if you're on Waz's good side, like,
you're good.
You're good. But he is loyal to you for life.
That is true. And going back to what you said about Quince, saying that Waz says a war coming his way, I think that's just going to be the setup of this show. Because when he said that first, I was thinking, well, he already has one on his hands. Like, what more can he take right now? He has so many different angles. People could come after him. Like, he's going to lose control or miss some part of the aspect of trying to control or keep the team all together at some point in time. Well, Bianchi's out of the league, and I guess we'll talk about Julia later. But now Quince is on deck. And I'm like, God, dog, when are they going to be able to breathe? Like, just for a minute.
Never.
Yeah.
Right. It's always something.
We're not going to probably ever see just maybe actual cop work, just speeding tickets.
Right. You're not going to see that. It's too simple for them. That's too simple. Okay, I'm going to try to not lose my thought. I'm going to hold that till we get a little bit closer to the end.
Write it down if you need to.
Right. Like, jot that down real quick. But it was something else about Quince. And, right, like you said, Tufo's brother, we hope, like, he doesn't get exposed, basically. You know what I mean? Because then if Quince is already making these hits, it wouldn't be anything for them, for him to get to Tufo's brother.
Right.
And it's a little bit hard for Tufo to protect him. I mean, even though he is, but at the same time, because he's not supposed to be on the books. So it's a little bit harder to kind of protect him and put him in, like, witness protection or things like that when he's, not really supposed to be working with them. So I'm interested to see how that's going to go, and they're going to carry that over until next season with Quince and everything going on with that.
I think so. They have to.
I just skip because, like, what I'm trying to, like, beat around, like, the bush of what I'm saying. So, like, just go ahead and jump into that.
You're going to wait till the end.
Yeah. So, forget that. So, because the little kid, I won't go into all detail. We'll still get there. But the little kid comes, so we're going to know later on that he's going to have something to do with that. But that is the reason why I feel like Quince and his issues, it is going to get dragged into season 3.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
It has to.
And then with the mother of the little boy is going to be involved. And I feel like Tufo's brother is going to get wrapped up in it. Yeah, I just went into a prediction, but
it happens.
Whatever. It happens sometimes. Just kind of go with the flow. But yeah, that was just my whole thing on Quince. It's like you said, he has a war coming, and that may be like the new storyline to kind of go off of. Something I feel like it has to be a little bit deeper. We're going to get something else to go off of as well. But yeah, that's going to roll over. Okay, let's get into Julia.
Oh, girl. What the heck?
When Nate first listened to the recording, I did not think it had anything to do with her. I thought it was something he heard about his dad.
I did too.
Yes.
Like, just like him talking or
Especially
trying to
because
plot
his
or something
heart
about.
rate was going up so much.
I thought it was about Saperstein personally. That's what I thought. Or Donnie. I thought it was one of those two
I
people
thought it was about Donnie.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh man. And the way he said, get here now. Like, when you get this message, get here. So once he heard it and we heard the actual recording, I don't have any words to describe. I was just like, emoji time. I just was like, oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, no, the one with the X's.
What?
Right?
Yeah.
Like Isaac's.
And you hear her. And then when Julia kind of dug her own grave when she said at the end, telling Bianchi, all I'm saying is, don't miss.
What the heck? Like, what kind of a person?
And at first I thought we were about to come out of this because I'm like, okay, well, maybe she's still trying to protect Waz in some way. Because I'm like, okay, I really haven't heard her say anything that's too bad. She's kind of like, skating. She's on thin ice right now. She can say the wrong thing or the right thing at any moment. But I was like, okay, she's not too bad. And then she says that, like, I'm just saying, make sure you don't miss. Because she's saying that, Waz is about family. He has a code that he lives by. So in a sense, I'm thinking that she's trying to warn Bianchi. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not bad. She's not turning on Waz. And then she hits him with that. Yeah. Just make sure you don't miss.
And then I was just like, that's your grave.
She did not have to say that. It just turned her into one of my least favorite characters in a good way. Like, good job, but it just, and then to see the back and forth of Waz listening to it and then them playing it out, the flashback. It's one thing to just listen to a recording, but for us, as the viewers, to see it happen was awful.
So when we first just heard the recording, did you realize it was Julia's voice? I knew Bianchi's because Nate was like, "These are voices." One voice that I recognize, but I don't know who the other one is. Did you recognize it was Julia's?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Like,
okay. I thought they disclosed that.
I didn't.
Like, really go. Me either. I was like, "Who is that?" I was trying to think. At first, I almost thought it was Harlee.
When it first came on, and then that's when I was like, "No, it's not Harlee." Oh, that's Julia.
Okay.
So that's what made me think it was her, because for 2 seconds I was like, it sounded like Harlee. I was like, no, Harlee, not again. What I mean? Like,
that's what I was like too.
We just got out of this.
And I'm proud of Waz. So she also knew about the shooting. And that was another thing that was like, oh, you just killed yourself. Yes, and you didn't even tell him about that. And you said he doesn't live alone. So you knew family of some sort, crew of some sort would be at his house, and you still didn't give him a heads up, tell him anything. But I think it came full circle, because when Waz is telling Harlee he has to move on, and he's going to move on through forgiveness, and then Harlee kind of just breaks down and is sorry. Why I says it's because even though Harlee ratted him out, she did it to protect Christina. He understands that. No matter how much, it was on him, he was the fall guy kind of for that. It was because of Christina. They both love Christina. He knows how Harlee will go so hard for her daughter, period. And that's what he did in reverse for Nate.
Right.
Which, when he went to Julia, I was proud he kept his calm the first time they talked about it. He was trying to feed it out of her, like, are there any lies? Is there any interrogating? Is there anything you want to tell me? Exactly.
About his daughter, to kind of drop the hint. Like, I'm telling you this story, so you do the same thing.
I really thought she was going to. I was like, come on.
Right?
Come on.
Like, don't you see where he's going with this?
He's rolling her.
And she still was just not.
She didn't take it. Yeah.
Or going. I think, deny till you die. I think that was the route she was going to take. Yeah, and that she took.
That's a very true quote. Because she was about to walk out the door back to her party, and still wasn't going to reveal it until he played the recording. Then it was like, let me backtrack. Let me say myself what's happening.
She drug it all the way to the end until she could.
She did. But I was also mad about her ending too. Like, you're shooting yourself. You're taking the easy way out.
Oh, that's her taking the easy way out. But with Bianchi, well, yeah. Actually,
he did.
He did do it.
He did.
So,
but they don't know that
for Waz. I can't even.
You can't even keep up. Like, don't even. It may change your perception.
Just stop at
one.
So let me really.
But so basically, he did go ahead and do that, and I think like the whole thing about the forgiveness, it's like we said, he forgave Harlee, like, because he knew that she had a reason for it. Right. With Julia, you were all for self. You know what I mean? And like he said, like, I trusted you, I loved you, Like, how could you do this to me? Even though when my back was against the wall, I still chose to save you. Even though Julia in that moment was saying with him, she always felt like, you know, if it became between her and Harlee, he would always pick Harlee,
right.
you know, and side with her and protect her more. But still, at the end of the day, he still would always try to accommodate both.
Right.
You know what I mean? The feds wanted him. Yeah, the feds wanted him. They wanted him to get Julie, and he just didn't want to give them to her.
Yeah.
He was still trying to stay loyal to her after everything. And, like, he's doing that for you, and you turn around and without a thought just throw him under the bus?
And I feel like she was still trying to play with his emotions because she's like,
oh,
you still love me.
Yeah.
Girl,
you may not know why right now, but
I was just looking at Tiffy like,
you over. Get rid of her now. On to the next scene.
My face was like, Julie, girl, bye. But, yeah.
Well, and then she does win.
Yeah.
You know, she becomes mayor. I'm mayor.
Right.
I can't say that was poetic, but I did like it.
It was like,
he let her get that one moment.
Mm-hmm. Have your moment. Okay, now you're gone.
Take it from
And for a second, when she herself was asking about forgiveness, and he walked over, I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess he is trying to stop her. Yeah. You know, he was gonna, you know, grab the gun from her. You know, the whole like slow motion. No,
right.
You don't have to do this, right? Yeah.
Cue
no.
soft music.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. He was like, no, okay, I'll take you out. Mm-hmm. You really don't want to do it. You're probably acting like you're going to do it, Julia. That's okay. Let me handle it for you.
And even when she said, you know, why not just kill me? That's what I was thinking. So are you going to like torture her in another way? Because we know Waz is killer crazy. So that would have been the easy way too, I guess. Technically, he did shoot her, but I just thought it would have came easier.
Fingerprints,
right?
Too, so
but he's clean. I think that's better. So he can just be completely clean.
He's
he's got enough. Right, he's got enough stuff to try to cover up, keep under wraps. That's unraveling.
That's true.
So,
and he's done with his part with the FBI. You know, Gail released him from that. He said, "Your duties are done. Thanks." So yeah, that all worked.
And he was still trying to save her. I just thought about that because he showed her the wire. Like, he was still trying to save her. Like, maybe, you know, you can throw Bianchi under the bus right now, and he really kind of can't defend himself, so you can throw everything on him.
And she still
wasn't going.
But I knew she was about self from beginning when Harlee was a little suspicious of her, and she was trying to warn Wise earlier in the season. I knew she was very about self.
And then for the meeting when she didn't
show
up, she found out about them.
Yeah, I was like, no, she's not part of the team. Don't save her.
Yeah,
she don't want to be saved.
Yep. Well, let me see, where else are we? Oh, Little Crazy. It's time for Little Crazy.
Okay. We didn't see him until 55 minutes in, and I had completely forgotten Stahl existed. I'm so sorry, but not sorry at all, because it wasn't as annoying because his character is just always like a little gnat. I was like, get out of here. And he was gone for most of it. That, you know, he comes at the most important time, I think.
And he's so weird. He's listening to this tape. Well, not the tape. He's actually listening live to Harlee and Waz in her apartment naked.
That's what. Thank you.
Oh,
yes, he was naked. You didn't realize he was naked?
I did not notice that.
He was naked.
His leg was up on his desk, his computer, or whatever
was.
this was.
Was he like rubbing his knee or something? Child, I thought NBC had went a little too far. I thought he was rubbing something else, but I was like, okay.
No, I did not notice that.
Like, why is he naked? Wait. I'm glad you caught that too.
He's listening to Harlee's voice. He's naked.
Bro.
Yeah.
Get
he's
a hold
crazy.
of yourself.
He can go anywhere with that. But
when you're obsessed and you're getting your fix,
So when did
no clothes needed.
When did he tap into the Wi-Fi?
I don't know. I wonder if it was when he
got into Christina's.
Yes.
When he got into her computer.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking. It's still there, and it's just been there since then.
He's such a creep.
So the chat is going crazy about him. There are people who want him gone. He's creepy and obsessive.
What? You guys hate him too?
Yes. He deserves what's coming to him. There's like, they know Stahl was in heaven having Harlee tied up and at his will, but he's a total nutcase. Like, everyone in the chat definitely agrees that he's crazy.
Yeah, like so Harlee's trying to seduce him, get him, you know, to kind of, I don't know what they're trying to do. In the moment, it looks like they're trying to get him on her side to help, like, frame someone else, to help frame Caddy. He's already dead. Let's try to do that. But then, you know, they always have something else up their sleeves. As we're watching, they send, who did she send? Espada and Loman or Tufo.
Mm-hmm.
Spotted in Tufo. Went to the apartment. Went to Stahl's apartment. I'm like, what are they doing here? And they're just like, we didn't find anything. So I'm thinking they're looking for something.
That's what I wasn't for sure of. I didn't know if Harlee had or planted all of those pictures in his computer already, just everything that they found there, or if this was actual part of Stahl's obsession. Like when I seen them in there, I was like, okay, are they setting him up?
Yeah.
Or is this already what they're going to try to take him down with?
I thought he was already creepy, so he had all those pictures.
Yeah. I think so too. At the same time, but then it was something about the way that they left.
It was,
and they're like, nothing here, and also like the computer when they closed it. It was just something all right there.
Yeah.
To make it, I feel like they did plant something, and he probably does. He has a lot of pictures of Harlee. We've seen that before,
right? With the lookalike stripper or what?
But I think they did something or added a little extra, whatever. I think they planted something while she had him at her apartment trying to seduce him, install him while they are, being able to enter his apartment and, do whatever they were doing. So, like I said, I think they did plant something there. And but with Harlee, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, but yeah, he is a total creep. Knocking out Harlee, got the drugs from her because she was going to try to seduce him and drug him and try to plan him, put the murder from Miguel actually on him instead. So she doesn't really get to do that because he's just so freaking clever. Even though he's crazy, he's clever. So he was kind of already on to her, like, don't you know I know you? So he knew she was kind of planning and plotting against him, but he was just going to let her go all the way out with it.
And I thought that was part of her setup. At first, I realized she was really just drugged because, like we see afterwards, the Tess and Loman were outside waiting. I thought that was part of the setup for them to finally come in and get Stahl. But we see other happen.
So he grabbed that whatever, the tranquilizer, whatever she had to drug him with, and got her, and
But
she went down so fast.
When you're obsessed like that and that crazy, like the fight, that need, that like power struggle is like turning on the obsessor. So I'm wondering I guess we see that when she comes to and she's tied up to the chair and this negligee piece and the trench coat. So I'm like, okay, yeah, he's highly turned on.
Highly. I mean, they had the stockings and the. That takes a lot of work.
Everything.
First of all, that's just a lot of work for us to put on by ourselves. So think of someone doing it, someone that's drugged and out of it. Yeah.
Pervert, a little creep.
And I
not
wasn't.
A fan.
Yeah.
not at all.
It disgusted me so much because, of course, like that's the first thing we see when she's trying to wake up. We're like, what? She's changed and everything, and she's wearing the same like kind of raincoat or whatever that he'd always have. Harlee.
He is so sick.
But I think So I thought he was trying to get his job back when he went to Gail at whatever food truck she was at and everything. But now, once I think, and Harlee said something about like, you have all the evidence. You could have turned me fully, completely over, but it is that you don't want me gone. You want me here. Yeah. So I didn't think he was gonna really hurt her. But it is like, again, the control thing. You're in my possession. I have you where I want you, the way I want you. So let me see how far this can play out. And ultimately, I think it's going to be his death or jail time or something of that nature, especially now because Gail's on to him. The crew's looking for him. Sadly, we have to wait till fall of 2018 to find all of that out. Yeah. But, yeah.
After all this, I think the crew is probably going to take him out.
Yeah.
You don't have no choice. You ain't messing with my clique and getting away with it.
That's not gonna happen.
Not at all.
That's not gonna happen.
And he kept saying, "Good girl."
Right when he was trying to feed her.
Oh,
and he's like, "Yeah, that's my girl."
That was creeping me out. I was like, "Okay, I know we have to show this."
He like tried to get all like in between her legs and stuff. It was just he's so creepy. It was just uncomfortable.
And the directors, everybody on the team, and especially Stahl, played by Warren Cole, or when he first walked into Harlee's apartment and he has on the black trench coat, he's all black and decked out. I was like, okay, he might be trying to look sexy right now when he meet up for Harlee. He might know it's coming. And then you just seen that switch in his eyes that he does as a character, and then it's like, oh nope, there go the crazy. He just ruined that moment real quick. Yes, it was. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, okay, he might.
Yeah, because as crazy and as obsessed as he is with Harlee, he's not that gullible.
No.
Yeah. Even though, and I think,
unfortunately,
Harlee thought that he would be. But he wasn't. Yeah. And that just goes to show how crazy he is. Like he wouldn't even take, like, he's obsessed with her, but he wouldn't even take the seduction because he knew
Yeah.
He knew her behaviors and everything. Like, something's up here.
I really wanted her to use her heels to stab him.
Yeah. I mean, she kicked him.
But
it
like,
wasn't.
With it.
I don't know.
Put him in there really quickly.
I don't know.
Look, you get too technical watching the show, huh?
Had some sound effects with that and
She sure
everything.
did. One last thing about Stahl. We have Juanita Dark, who made a comment. She was saying that Harlee's character kind of needs Stahl, and Stahl needs her. She said that Stahl echoes the relationship that Harlee had with Miguel, and it kind of externalizes where that lies and where it's leading her to. So she was like, she agreed Stahl probably will end up in jail or eventually dead like Miguel, but their characters kind of need one another still right now. So we totally agree with that too.
No, yeah, that's a good point.
That makes me so mad. That makes me so mad, especially, we're not going to get there yet, but the end of the entire season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, I mean, they were putting up a good fight. Harlee is always, she's a fighter. She's always putting up a good fight.
Definitely.
But towards the end, when I thought she was going to get him, you know, and even though she kind of sacrificed herself, I'm watching her trying to get out of the restraint. I'm like, well, what are you doing, Harlee?
Yeah.
I thought she was
Looks
going to
a
do
little
one of those,
rough, right? Yeah, like, just break
I
free.
thought so too.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
She broke her wrist.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, no.
And she's
Like,
how do
cut
you
her
get away?
wrist, yes.
Bleeding out.
Because it was at the vein, right? Because
The
what she
most
said,
important
you gotta save me. If you
Right,
really
that's
love
what
me,
she's like,
save me.
trying to test
Which was
him
her
out. Like, I guess this is my way out,
Yeah.
because he always wants to be the hero and kind of have this, you know, going back to the obsession, and he can save me and things like that. Like,
And what you did,
He
you see
does.
Stahl getting mad, like,
He
no,
did,
Harlee,
like,
why
what are
did
you
do
doing?
that? Hold on. And he went to got the little towel, wrapped it around her and everything. And of course, that was her out to, again, come to a tackle with him and try to escape. And then escape only to come outside and you're surrounded by these beautiful colored trees. But there's no exit.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem
None
to be
whatsoever.
or appear to be.
And that's what I was thinking about, like, with Harlee, like, you're in these positions, and I guess maybe I feel like that plan, like, you didn't think that all the way through, but at the same time, you're in a situation where you may not have all the time in the world to think something all the way through.
Right.
But you're cutting your wrist in an area that can take you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so why sacrifice that much of yourself? You know what I mean? You're willing to die to try to get out, because I don't think Stahl would kill you.
No.
And I know you need to get out and get away. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just thinking, why would you sacrifice yourself that much for someone like that? Like, if it was Bianchi that had her, I would understand, because it's either die this way or he's gonna kill her.
Right.
You know what I mean? But with Stahl, I don't think he would try to kill her. So I felt like that was a bit drastic for her to do that, and then trying to run away, and just ends up in the lovely grass, passed out.
Well, speaking of Cray Stahl, I was so mad that he found Miguel's body. And
That
of
was
course he calls
nasty.
911 to come in. Yeah, once
That
they
was so
showed the
gross.
inside of it, I didn't need that. NBC Shades of Blue, guys. We didn't need all that. No, but then I was just like, darn, because they really was able to identify him quickly because of the serial numbers in his screw of his leg when he broke it or whatever he did to it.
Why was this not shared before?
That's what I'm thinking.
on.
Like,
Right.
did she know? Like, when they were back together, did it happen then? Because
She had his files and everything, because if it did happen in jail, shouldn't that have been in his file, like him being hurt and
I
things
would
like
think,
that?
right? And sadly, Christina now knows.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad she knows now. I don't know. Now we have to go into if she just tries to dig deeper into it, or if she just lets it go, like someone found him and that's that with Christina.
Well,
I still think the truth has to come out.
she
Yeah.
might just be wondering, ooh, how did it happen? Who did it? I mean, I don't know how far she'll be able to get, but she's Harlee's daughter.
Yeah,
So
good statement.
Well, when she was being watched last episode by the people with Bianchi, and Stahl was kind of also stalking her, Christina. And once he gets to her, because Harlee needs his help, to kind of save Christina, and he tells her that, oh, Miguel is wrapped up in some things with some bad people
Right.
and things like that. So I'm wondering if by her now knowing that, we'll just stick with that and just be like, oh, well, he died, so he was wrapped up in
go
some,
back
yeah,
to
and
Stahl
try to
trying to
wrap her up.
find out who that person was and if she can hire him still as the detective. I can't think of his name right now, but as his detective name.
Yeah, was it Williams or something?
William Clark.
William
William
Clark,
Clark.
there we go, to help now really help her and her grandmother figure out the cause of his death. That's one thing that they're going to have to try to tie up soon, I guess, in season 3, and I don't think Harlee's going to come out good on that end. I don't think it's going to work out well.
I'm rooting for Harlee to
Always.
somehow-
For her too.
to be
Always,
able to
yes.
not.
They were able to. So Vercoe comes up to just unannounced at Waz's home, and while they're looking for Harlee, you know, so and they're able to convince Vercoe that, hey, look in the stall.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then, so that goes back to why I think they planted something in the apartment, because they were able to convince him
What
to
was
go
in
to the
bag?
apartment.
And they said they found under the bed or something like that. I don't know what it was, but there was a detective that came in and said it was boots that were found.
Yeah, something like dirty
Yeah.
boots. I was trying to look in the bag. I'm like, what is that?
That they
in the
found.
bag?
So maybe they did plant them.
And it looked like something that could go in their favor, something
Right.
that had to possibly do with Harlee, or something that makes him look like a stalker.
He is.
Like they said, like stalking Harlee,
And
stalking
everything he got
Christina.
over.
Stahl, the stalker.
Stalker Stahl.
Oh, that's better. That's so much better.
That's the new name, stalker.
Get that alliteration in there, yeah.
But yeah, so maybe season 3 could start off, hopefully, you know, we're able to get it off of Harlee and put it all on Stahl, because
Sounds
they're
good to
not
me.
really on Harlee about it, you know what I mean? Vercoe kind of was a little bit, because Stahl, you know, dropped him the clues to
Right.
look into Miguel's file and all these other things, and gave him the hints about Waz taking them to the campsite, taking Christina up there and things like that. So the fact that it was him that kind of put him in Harlee's, you know, put Harlee, in Vercoe's line sight for Miguel, and for now it's a backtrack back to Stahl, so it made
yeah.
like you trying to set Harlee up for this, you know what I mean? So now let me now look into you. So hopefully that's kind of where we'll go with season 3, is Stahl going down for Miguel's murder. They're actually able to flip it and actually
Right.
put it on him.
But you know, I'm glad Vercoe kind of really listened to what they were saying after he got threatened by Wise, and he was like, if you get in the way of me trying to find Harlee, you will have to deal with me. Like, and I was like, yes, get him. This whole episode 2 or season finales, he's like we said the last time, he's like a little gnat that just that just doesn't go away, and you pop up at the wrong time, or for their sake, because I'm always with the crew, it pops up at the wrong time, especially when he found all that information, that envelope just randomly sitting on the desk, and he's like, and then he goes and looks, and there's all the ammunition he needs. I am so glad that when he was trying to interrogate Wise and Harlee individually, that Wise did not even consciously think, well, maybe he did because he said it afterwards, but during the interrogation he was like, no, Harlee didn't say it. Harlee didn't say it. Harlee didn't say it. Because I was just like, no, please don't even think that she might be a rat, or she might rat you out. Because he did almost had him, like he said when they met up, that he seen the back of that picture that said that's where him and Christina went and looked up at the stars at night. So that was almost the end. Like, how would you know that specific detail?
Right.
So I was just glad he didn't think or say anything, because I was feeling the heat, and I wasn't even in the interrogation.
I thought he was about to. In that moment when he said, like, that's very specific, I'm like, oh gosh.
Yes.
You know, and I still didn't think Harlee had flipped. I thought that maybe she just shared some information, and then Vercoe just ran with it. But I was like, no, please do not flip.
Yeah.
Because Harlee didn't flip on you. Like, you know what I mean? So, but like we said, that loyalty that he has.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know if that proves more of, you know, the loyalty and the trust that Waz and Harlee have with each other, even if they're not, you know, doing the best, you know, but, or it could mean more that Waz is smarter, you know, to know that Vercoe's crazy and would bluff. So I don't know which one.
He called him on that too, though, and I love how bold he is when it happens like that too. So that is the intensity of it, because we're sitting on the side like no, just don't hold back, because you know he could be telling you we don't know what he has on his sleeve. But Wise is extra crazy, so he's like, I'll take it, and whatever comes with me. We always know, we see how he operates, he'll find something to out you or to up one you. So
God, such.
I
That's
can't,
so good.
I know.
So
I'm like,
good.
I can't wait for season 3.
People in the chat, I am loving you all right now. They're still saying this season had me shocked. The crazy finale and crazy cliffhanger, excuse me. I hate these cliffhangers, especially since it's going to be forever till next season. Everyone is just one person said I had to rewatch it again because it was just that good. Like, I'm still with you all, just on that high.
I might watch it again too, because when it's so you miss little things.
You
when
do,
there's so much going on. So, but let's talk about the end. So we already talked about Harlee, you know, passing out in this beautiful lawn, but Waz.
Oh, can we reenact?
No.
Can we reenact our emotional when we do it. So Adrian's like, you gotta help my mom. Quince took her, and Waz was like, I gotta go. Fast forward to Adrian saying, I'm sorry. Pow. I was like, we were like,
that was me. I turned around like,
our mouths are dropped. Yes, like our jaws are on the floor. If you're listening to this,
yes.
Shades.
That's why my open was like all over the place. I'm like,
writers, producers, you all gave me a heart attack. Thanks. I'm only
that
30.
emoji,
right?
Like, look.
Like the little the praise hands. You did it. Thank you so much.
I was not expecting that. I thought something bad was going to happen. I could have sworn the boy had a little bit of blood on the side of his face. So I thought
it was something.
Yeah, something. So I'm thinking like he really was just coming there for help. Like, Quince took my mom. You guys were, and he said that you guys were supposed to protect her. And that little boy knew, like, you didn't protect my mommy. So I got to come after you.
Well, see, I was wondering that. Or if, he's still under Quince's control, or whoever now is leading since Quince is out, because you a backhandler, or running the drugs for him. And we don't know what he's done before then, too.
Yeah, and he's around that life. Because, like, when they had the shootout of the standoff, he was standing there. He wasn't scared. He wasn't, looking, crying. Most kids, like, in his, like, movie or a TV show or something like that,
right?
You'll have the kids in there and they're always crying because they're scared, like they just walked in on something. But he was like, "Oh, this is every day.
Yeah, normal day.
Normal day. Who's in the standoff today? Oh, you're a new face. You know what I mean? Like that's his norm. So that's actually a good point. And that's what I said. Yeah. So Quince and all that drama is gonna roll over to the next season.
Well, here's the thing too. When he shot him, I thought he shot him a little bit lower.
I did too.
So it was like, ooh, that's gonna be yeah. Well, in the
lower middle
man area.
Okay.
Yes. And so I was thinking, oh, ouch. But then they show that it's somewhere in his right area. Let me think of my anatomy. But liver area.
Yeah, I'm guessing somewhere around there.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, of course, this is right around the same time where we see Harlee, crawling and, fighting for her life. So I'm thinking, no, can we save Harlee? Waz is going to be fine. There's like 5 people around him. He's fine. It's just his liver. I mean, but it is pretty important.
I thought about too, and I thought about like, you might need that. I wanted like somebody to stay, like when they had the shootout at Waz's house, somebody stay with Waz. The rest of you go to the location where Harlee is. Like we need to go get her too.
But is he the only one that knows exactly where she is? Because he said, okay, I got the location.
Probably. Yeah, because he got it. Yeah,
they better go find Gail. She's the one that gave him the address though. So
she gave that information up, but they don't know though.
No.
You know what I mean? Because it's the rest of the team. They're not in on everything that Harlee and Waz were in on. So they may not even know to go and look for Gail and ask her. Like where Waz got the information from, how he knows what house Stahl is in.
And then also about that house Stahl is in too. This is where he takes all of his mistresses, obsessions.
Lady lovers.
The waist. Hey, you did that. Oh, this is late night radio now. Like, wait a minute. But I was sitting there thinking too, and then Gail tried to play it off as if she didn't know what Waz was really talking about, and then she was like, "Oh, well, I do have address, girl. If you don't go get that address, we need to get Harlee. Like I'm out of that thing
now.
Hurry
you
up.
Tripping? Yes."
But yeah, so I think he is the only one that knows, though.
Oh, it's so unfortunate for all
it's
of us.
like, right? It's like, who's gonna be saved?
Maybe
like,
if someone just hands him a paper, he can write it down, and then they can go. There you go.
Or he'll do the whisper, like while they're like showing him on the gurney. 774. And then he passes out. Maybe it'll go that way, right?
That's it.
But hopefully, it's like, how do you leave us hanging with Harlee's life on the line and Waz?
And this explosive ending of how Waz got shot, and you never even expect it coming from Adrian. He was the greatest setup for the end of the show.
We were not expecting that.
You come in there thinking out his mom, and Waz was like, go upstairs and tell somebody in the uniforms, like they were going to go get it. Okay.
Yeah, and my thing is, in that moment, I'm thinking like, okay, Waz, he really, really needs to help Harlee. He has to go help Harlee, but he knows this is a situation he needs to tend to as well. Right. He should help, the little boy's mother as well. I forget the little boy's name, but he should help her. Adrian, yes, he should help Adrian's mom as well. Like he's torn. Like I gotta go get Harlee, but I do have to get someone to help you. Right. Okay, just ask for anyone. Like someone's gonna help you. Someone's gonna be there. It's like no, it's not enough.
He took too long too, though. Like the kid, if he knew that he was gonna shoot him, I mean, just be like, "Hey, you told me that you were gonna help my mom."
But that's
because if not, they're just wasting.
But we had to be drawn in because he's a child.
Yeah, so we're thinking
I was already drawn. I was already drawn. I was like, "Oh, please help him," and then go save Harlee. She is bleeding out. Like, go.
She just passed out in the fields, everything. So
but I think that added to it, like that moment of the back and forth added, like, because we're like
go.
Okay, that's
exactly like the position I was in. Like, well, go. You got to go get Harlee. But I'm like. You do have to help the little boy.
And you did promise to protect him,
right?
It took forever. See, I'm more concerned about Harlee at this point. Like, waiting until season 3. I'm just like, Harlee, I hope you're okay.
Yeah. You're just like Harlee, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but they had me in that moment. I liked the way that it went. They drug it out a little bit, and then that way when they came back, when Waz is, just like, okay, just, we'll figure out something. We'll go get someone. Pop, no. It was supposed to be you. You were supposed to protect her.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Right. Well,
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm glad, like we said initially, disappointed at the beginning of the show because Bianchi died too quick, too easily, too early. But the way this ending set up, first of all, cliffhangers just have me depressed. It's probably going to be the same way for like the next week or so. But the way it ended, though, they did a round of applause for everybody. They did amazing. The writing, directing, the act, it was amazing. So I'm glad that the way they set it up, good job.
Yes.
Good job. Yeah, great.
I mean, how many? So 2 people for sure died, and 2, who knows? Their situation, but it was super intense, but I loved Julia, how she went out. I mean, loved it in the way it was shot, written, everything, acted. But that was intense.
It was
so good.
It was.
I kind of think I'm gonna miss Julia though. I kind of wanted her to be
no.
Okay.
Well,
but I kind of wanted her to be mayor to see what else she was involved in, or how else she was gonna help the crew with whatever else comes next for them. Quince now because there's a war going on with him.
True. And maybe she could have, I don't know, done a little something there. But I feel like with Bianchi gone, like, she wasn't that corrupt without him. I mean, she kind of was, but I just feel like her character needed to end because she wasn't going to have further to go after that.
She could have done something else.
So we have Carmen Williams in the chat. She just said she follows J-Lo on Instagram, and there are pictures from season 3, and J-Lo or Harlee's all dressed up in a formal police form. She said, "I hope it's not a funeral because that's what it kind of looks like." Yeah. So now she has everybody in the chat going crazy, like, "Oh, please tell me why didn't die," and they're like, "I hate cliffhangers." And we have Gigi Vegas 2003 also says that I won't miss Julia either. So
and then maybe she wasn't in enough episodes for us for me. To even start to like her.
Yeah.
Like, she just wasn't there enough. I didn't get attached.
See, I was a fan of hers.
Oh my gosh. It can't be a funeral. Maybe it's like a dream sequence.
I'm looking.
Don't know.
Maybe.
Our chat friends are upset. They're nervous now. Stahl's going to wake up and get Harlee, and tie her up even more or relocate her now because she tried to escape.
I can't find anything.
He might relocate her. I still think if that happens. Okay, let's go into some predictions of season 3. What we think season 3 is going to be like. Okay, so I predict.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV
prediction. So, like we said, the Quince drama is going to roll over into next season and give us something, to kind of start the season off with a familiar. Issue, some familiar drama, and then some new stuff is going to kick off too. Of course. So, I don't know what's going to happen with Waz. I don't think they're going to kill him off. I think he's going to be okay.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's going to be okay, hopefully. They may draw it out for that first when the season comes back on, throughout the whole first episode or so. And like, we're like, oh, okay, great. At the end, he's okay. Right. I think that eventually, because she didn't kill Stahl, he's still, alive and well. So like he said, I think he is going to kind of wake up and go grab her. Like I said, he's not going to harm her. He may have a little bit more fun with her once he finds her and, ties her up again and everything like that. I think he might take it a little bit further with his obsession next time.
Okay.
Let me see where we at with the team. I think the team, because of everything that's going on, they're going to start to find out more about what Waz and Harlee were actually into. Because I feel like they may start to look into their books and their files a little bit more, start to see some things that didn't really add up to what they had going on. You know, they can see the holes in some of their stories and try to start to figure out everything they were really involved in. I think they're going to start to get deeper into Waz and Harlee's lifestyle behind what they had going on behind their backs.
So I don't know. I don't really have a prediction.
No.
I just need to wait for it to come back. I need to marinate on everything that just happened too also. But I do think Harlee and Waz are both going to survive. We need them in this show, right? But I do think they're going to be down for a while. Either Harlee's still going to be missing, Waz is going to be hospitalized, and there's going to be like someone from the crew is going to have to step up. Wondering who that is. I really like to see a Tufo. I really like to see him. I would even like Loman in there too. He's kind of quiet and gives us more ground, and now that everything's changed and transpired, he would be a good one too.
And you wouldn't really expect him to
not at all
kind of step up.
Exactly.
But he has the qualities to be able to.
And I think
that's
Tess
why I want to see
is
him.
like the other person definitely. But just side note, Alexis Varner's in the chat. She's saying she's seen another photo where Nava got hit by a car, so maybe that is the funeral that Harlee could be going to.
I don't want to hear this anymore. That almost made me
Amy's
cry.
reaction is like everyone else in chat. They're like, no, it's too many predictions going on.
Stop telling us these things.
Okay, where
I
are
don't
these
wanna know.
pictures?
That's what everybody's like, no, that can't happen. They want them to stay together. So
Where is she, like,
Jennifer
on the
Lopez.
streets of New
Girl.
York?
Alexis, if you are listening, please let us
Alexis is
know
stalking
so we
the
can look it
sets.
up. Yes. But yeah, so I don't really have a prediction except for maybe just that. I think Tess is going to become one of the ringers because we see her loyalty. We see she's one without questions answered, and she'll go into the job, get it done, or whatever. But the male, I don't know who it's going to be. I would like Tufo because I kind of see like he's armored for that already. But I like the quietness of Loman, and just like you just said, he can come in there and you wouldn't expect that from him, and to see him like boss up after that, he wouldn't be the fall guy no more. So one of those two things I think would happen as far as I can give you kind of a prediction.
I think Harlee's gonna do something real bad to Stahl. I don't know what, but I think it's gonna be really good. But Waz is gonna be fine. She's gonna suffer a little bit longer, and I don't know about Loman. I don't know, but he's stepping up. Maybe.
Because we thought for a minute he was gonna flip, and he was like the mole or whatever going on. We really thought like he's gonna tell on everyone, but he came back around. He's starting to see that loyalty and that family unit that the team has, and he's starting to be a part of it. So I'm hopeful for his character and the growth with the team and everything. So that's why I think like if there's a step up, it'll be Loman for the one that has to step up and kind of lead the team while the other two leaders are down.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, I guess we have several months to wait until season 3 to see what's going to happen. But make sure you guys still hit us up on the chat with your predictions. We'll get back to you guys if we didn't shout you out tonight. We'll get back to you later. But hopefully you guys will come back and join us for season 3 when it airs. I'm Lynneisha. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Lynneisha_33.
I'm Taquaila Jackson. You can find me all social media aspects at Taquaila_I am. And you can follow me Mondays as well here at AfterBuzz TV for Basketball Wives.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
And I'm Amy Cassandra, and you can find me at AmyCassandra_TV on Instagram and Twitter.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks, guys.
See you next season.
Bye. I can't believe we just watched that.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.